Welcome to the Black Feather Horse Rescue. Black Feather is a non-profit organization that has been in operation for over 4 years. The Horse Rescue strives to improve the health and well-being of abused, injured, and neglected horses. To date, they have placed over 30 horses into new and loving homes. Black Feather is located in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and is a fairly new addition to the family-owned and operated land by the Nickerson family since 1912.
My name is Darlene Nickerson, and I started Black Feather Horse Rescue. I run the operation, and I'm the daily caretaker for all the animals. The horses come to me through many different avenues. Sometimes it's just somebody that calls and they've had something go wrong and they can't keep their animal anymore. Sometimes the animal's being abused, neglected. It took me a few years, but finally a sick horse came to me, and I realized that that was what I wanted to do, was take care of animals in need. Because when they needed me, I felt special and important, and it just made me so happy, you know. Upon figuring out what I wanted to do, I had a home back then, my own home, and I had Luke in one side, 3 minis, 2 ponies, goats, chickens, and then a really sick horse came. And they were all in the backyard of my house, and there was just no room for everybody. But my mama had died, left me a little money, and I had planned on building my little barn, which I did, which is this barn here. And it was too small before I even got it done. There was horses coming fast and furious, calls coming. So for a long time there was sheds and portable garages and any place I could keep them warm, dry, and safe, and well fed and well loved. The financial responsibility for the animals is pretty much on my shoulders to try to figure out how I can manage. Gone through everything I've got. I live with my dad, well, and I care for him as well. I do fundraisers, as many as possible. I sell t-shirts and sweatshirts, and we have our first children's book out.
Darlene has realized that in order to continue, she must ask the community for help. Thankfully, the community has responded with donations and tremendous support in what Darlene hopes to accomplish.
Being a horse lover and a rider my whole life, and Kate, our vice president, being a great animal lover, we just fell in love. And when we found out how hard Darlene was working and putting everything back into the ranch, I mean, she has works at night doing various jobs just to get the money to keep the ranch going, and clearly she needs a lot more help.
Each and every horse here on the farm has its own unique story. Black Feather believes that every horse should be loved and valued. One unique horse on the farm goes by the name of Murphy. Murphy is a Shire horse that belonged to the state. When he got sick, there was no money in the budget for the operation that he needed, and no finances for the extensive care that he would need.
He was going to become a park ranger horse, and he got sick of fungus in his guttural pouch. And what that did was numbed his throat. So he ended up in Tufts in Grafton, and I don't know how they found me. I have no idea to this day, but I got a phone call. I was in the middle of building this barn, and I borrowed the money to do that, and I had a little extra. The doctor called and told me about his plight, that the state didn't have the money for the operation, so he was going to have to be put to sleep. Is there any chance I'd be interested in taking him? I said, well, building a barn his size, I've got a little extra money that I borrowed. And yes, I've always wanted one of these big horses in my life. So I went to meet him. They wanted to see how we interacted together. And I went in the stall. The tube was up his nose that day, and he hated it. I hugged him, and he leaned into me, and that was it. I was madly in love and knew that I'd do whatever I could to help him. Still to this day, he has the hole in his neck, which is closed up a little bit. But when he drinks water, the water shoots out. So he's been with me since August of '08, that's when he came. And he's eating on his own now and developing his personality. And he's 6 years old and the love of my life.
I adopted Dallas from Black Feather Horse Rescue because there is a huge need in the horse community for people to care support and give loving homes to animals, and I'm happy to be a part of that.
If you're unable to foster or adopt a horse, Darlene also offers sponsoring, which is a great way to show that you care.
These animals give so much healing, and I love when people want to volunteer or want to donate their time or their money, because it helps someone like me bring it to the next level. I call it completing the circle of love and giving, because not only do I feel as though I need to not only help the animal, but I need to help people through them, because I'm so blessed with what's given to me to continue this rescue. So yes, trying to motivate people to help rescues like mine or any of the others. We're all just trying to do such beautiful work and helping these animals, and in turn, hopefully we can always help people through the animal. What I'd like to do is get everything working better. You know, I'd love to have an indoor ring here so that I could work with the animals in the winter, and I could still have the kids come through all the seasons, through all year. So that's what I'd like to do, is clean everything up, get it functioning as well as I could. Some of my paddocks are old dog kennels that are pieced together with hay rope, because that's all I could get. You know, just find them on the side of the road, free, take this, and that's what I did. So I'd really like to get everything to the safest, best possible level that I can, and functioning as well as it can, and then maybe I could go to more. My numbers could be bigger than 20.
To make a donation online, please visit blackfeatherhorserescue.org. On the home page, select the Donate tab. Halfway down the page, there are a couple of widgets to chip in to either the Hay Fund or the Orphan Full Fund. You must have a PayPal account in order to use these options. If you are unable to make an online donation, you can either call Darlene at 508-951-4685 or by email dcn@blackfeatherhorserescue.org.